Hey everyone, back here at the Pasadena International Film Festival with two more filmmakers. A big day for movies today, and yet tomorrow is the debut of this one, Psalm of Sight, and we have the filmmakers here. Is this a short or a feature?
This is a short film.
And it's sci-fi, yeah?
Yes, it is.
First names, we have Rocco, right? And what was your role in the film?
I was a director.
Director. Cool.
Yeah.
And Julian?
Yep, Julian Curi, co-director and writer.
Co-director and writer. Cool. So ambitious, right, to try and do sci-fi, even on a small scale. Tell us about the movie.
Certainly. Well, it's the first of a trilogy. The second is already completed, but this first one, ambitious, I think, is a very appropriate word because it has no dialogue. And it's 15 minutes and spans a few thousand years. We start in the time period of the Crusades. It's about a medieval knight who discovers the Holy Grail and is gifted eternal life and spawns an alternate science fiction history.
I was taking a shot in the dark. Ambitious, and I nailed it. Apparently I nailed it. All right, and that one. I mean, well, spoilers, of course.
Well, I know the elevator pitch without giving a spoiler away.
Because I know it's a short. I'm like, oh.
Yes. But he spawns an alternate history where machine and technology is God. And he sort of replaces religion with technology. So
may not be a bad idea.
it's a lot to pack in for 15 minutes and with no dialogue. But that's why it's called a Psalm of Sight. It's a primarily visual story, and the entire thing is just told through pictures, really.
Well, we all love when they do that, right? Wall-E.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
First 25 minutes or so, there's
exactly.
Nothing. I Am Legend probably had stretches of no dialogue, right?
That's pure cinema.
Yeah.
You know?
So who are some of your actors that have to then deliver the film, without speaking?
Go for it.
Yeah, Mike Clayman was someone that we met. We did some auditions, and he just, he clicked with having no dialogue right away and just being able to, because to do the audition, we kind of basically wrote down like bullet points of like, this is what the scene's like. Go and do these things. Pretend you're working with the Holy Grail. And he just
a Dixie cup in the audition.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, and you just click with that and was able to, really bring it to life without the dialogue.
So where do you shoot to show medieval times like that?
Well, in the Crusades was where the first scene was. We did out in the desert.
Oh yeah,
so we went out in the desert and
a night.
So you're local guys? So you're here to LA?
Southern California. We shot near the Palm Springs area. Just found kind of an abandoned patch of sand.
Anybody bug you out there? Every time I drive to Vegas, I look like I said, I bet if I just went 10 miles that way away from the freeway, I film and no one's bugging.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Just go over that hill so they can't see you from the freeway, and then just set up a camera, make your U-turn or whatever kind of crazy movie you want to make in the desert. Right?
We know those spots, and we like those spots. We talked to a lot of other people who, God bless them, they're doing everything the official way and getting permits, and they said, oh, it's so hard. And we both just kind of look at each other because we know the corners of the forest and the and the desert that are like behind just the right ridge.
Nice.
And we can shoot our little quick indie movie.
And you're from here, but where exactly then? So,
I live in Alhambra.
Oh, okay. Yeah, not the desert.
No, not the desert.
And I live in Glendale, but I'm originally from the East Coast, the Northern Virginia area.
Oh, nice. Okay. So, I just went to the All-Star Comic-Con there
cool.
last year.
Cool.
Yeah, coming up again in June. They have it in Tyson's Corner.
Wow, I didn't know they had
at the Sheridan. Though this will be the third year of it. So it's a big con. They growing with the names they get every year.
So many memories at Tyson's Corner, both good and bad.
And then some not memories that I forgot all about, right? No doubt. Well, go make some more non-memories at the con. It's fun. Good people there running it. Friends of mine and friends of the show. And who do we have on the table?
This is Robbie the Robot. He is the mascot of my production company and my brand, Righteous Robot.
So it's all sci-fi all the time with you?
You're noticing a trend. Wall-E, rusty robots. I have an aesthetic, and I'm not ashamed of it.
Is this your premiere tomorrow? Or have you played?
We've screened at a few other festivals before.
It's having a pretty good run?
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of people asking to see more, and it's good feeling that we already have the second one complete and the third one in pre-production.
Good.
So that's such a frequent question at film festivals is what's next? And,
it is.
In a lot of the Q&As we hear, we're thinking of the feature of this, but it's been so comfortable for us to make a short film with the intention of making as good a short film as possible, because it is an art form, just like a short poem versus a novel. Short films take a certain level of mastery. These are part of a trilogy, but we want to complete that trilogy with as much closure and information, like just all the information that you need should happen in those three. So we keep trying to flex those short film muscles to complete this, rather than try and stretch ourselves thin and making it a teaser, a trailer for a feature. Of course, there are those ideas.
And that'd be great if someone went, hey, here's 80 million, you know.
Exactly. But, you know, we've put our own education through these short films at the forefront as our priority, and we've seen a lot of reward based on that. You know, we're not pitching this short film to people. We're sharing it and hoping that people enjoy it, and we already got a producer for our next one who just liked it and wanted to help out financially, so that we've seen a lot of rewards come from just that sincerity of wanting to tell stories and wanting to tell them better, rather than everything just being a means to an end.
Yeah, and no kidding here. I mean, you got it done. you know the percentile that puts you in. You know, like for all the people out there making stuff, if it's this many, you're in this. That's you guys. So just getting it done, and it sounds like you're getting it done well. If you've written the whole thing out, or are you doing it like J.J. Abrams? Well, you know, we'll get to. We don't know how it's going to end, but we'll figure it out. Or do you have the whole thing?
It was very well crafted out. And
got it.
We have everything. Yeah, we know what's going. We know where it's going.
As a little tidbit, the final scene of this short film, the set alone was over half the budget of the entire film. The scene is not the most complicated at all, but the climax of the whole trilogy happens in that space, so it had to be built. So that just shows we did have a lot of forethought. That set is built. It is sitting in storage. It is ready to go.
It'll come out again.
Exactly. Yes. It just had to be done for that first. For this first installment.
There's enough closure with the short, though, where you can enjoy this and then hopefully see more, right?
Yeah.
Like Star Wars. People always said, oh, it's a great trilogy, but you know what, Star Wars, when the Death Star blew up, I'm like, I'm good. Then they made more anyway. I'm like, I'm still good. But I was okay. You know, it wasn't like nowadays they like make movies and they're like, we're sure you're going to want to see more Golden Compass movies. Well, we didn't.
Don't even get me
or
started.
Some of the other, they're just franchise horrors nowadays in studios.
I don't want to name too many names.
That's something we were very aware of, like that we wanted to make it watchable by itself.
Good.
Self-contained.
And they can watch it. This probably may not go up in time to tell everybody that it's playing here, but it's playing when? Like a block in the afternoon?
Yes, at 4:20, Sci-Fi High, the Sci-Fi High block. However, on psalmofsight.com, they can watch verse 2, and verse 1 will be up probably within the year.
Yeah.
That's where we're going to be posting updates, photos, behind the scenes, and just the making of the whole process.
Psalm of Sight. That's PSALM sight.com. And social for all that?
Yeah, my personal one is Rocco Ambrosio for Instagram, or Alabaster Films.
Okay.
And I'm Righteous Robot on everything.
Oh, that's right. Cool, yeah. Let me ask you one more thing before you get split. What's your favorite movie of all time? I love that question. It's my favorite question.
This is not a fair question.
That's everyone's response.
I always have one of all time, but it changes every couple hours or every day.
People say that, like, what's your favorite movie of all time right now?
Yeah. No, you know what? That's a very fair question. I like it that way better.
Or they say, like, if I were to, I could review a movie on DVD every week, and it's the greatest movie of all time. Today's Blu-ray is the greatest movie of all time. It's The Princess Bride. That's the greatest movie of all time. The next week I'll be like, today's Blu-ray is Doctor Strangelove. It's the greatest movie of all time. It's time. For me, I eventually picked Raiders of the Lost Ark. Also, it has something to do with time. It's been with me. Meets quality. Meets firing on all cylinders.
Dude, I think you're going to love this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really do.
Well, it's a holy grail, so I'm already in.
If you like Indiana Jones, if you like Star Wars, that's what we're about.
Great.
We just want to get back into that prop-heavy world. You know?
I should say, when I ask what your favorite movie of all time is, it's inferred besides Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Of course. I'm not wearing my Star Wars shirt because I just want to promote the film.
Right.
Not theirs, ours.
Right, of course.
But to answer your question, you know what? We just walked out of a screening, a documentary called Extraordinary, The Seeding. It was about aliens. And it really made me... I love sci-fi, and I've always wanted to make an alien movie, and I thought, what's one of my favorite alien movies? And you know what? It's Signs. That is such an emotionally just grounded movie. No lasers, no UFOs, but it totally respects the genre of aliens and extraterrestrials, but is totally about belief and what does it mean to believe. It just reminded me of that, and I said, you know what? That I gotta bump that up into like the top 5.
And he might be an asshat, but what a performance by Mel Gibson!
Oh,
I mean,
my God.
like
and Joaquin Phoenix.
You could do a 30-mile radius around the spot, and you're in a place where there's so many actors, but none of them could pull that scene off where he's talking to his wife, who's pinned to the car.
Oh my
I mean,
God!
it's so you
I
see
just got
now.
chills.
You see now where all the where he draws all that from now because he's been so publicly, just he's such a volatile guy. But man, what a performance in the middle of all that. Besides the sci-fi, and then you layer all the other things on top. That's a good film, and I'm so glad Shyamalan's back in his zone again.
Yeah,
for a filmmaker who went away to do the big budget stuff, he came back.
Sneaking his way back, and I appreciate that.
How about you?
Yeah. So since you took Indiana Jones and Star Wars is off the table,
It's just inferred. Again,
Yes.
who's your favorite band besides the Beatles? It's just this is just a thing, right? So.
right. I'm going to go kind of a different area and go the Painted Veil.
Ooh, look at you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just
really?
Like a director to go all fancy.
I was introduced by my wife. My wife introduced me to that movie, and just I don't know. I'm a theater director first before moving to theater or to film, and just the character work and the actor work in that I really appreciated.
Ed Norton, severely underrated.
Yeah.
actor.
Yeah, I really
don't
enjoy
know,
him.
He just doesn't get as many parts as I wish I could see him in.
Yeah. Might be a pain in the ass. Which is
I know. I didn't want to say.
Yeah, but again, that's you see where the good work comes from. Sometimes it's going to happen. But yeah, I mean, he's certainly been. Well, he was nominated for Primal Fear. He was nominated for Birdman, American History X. So they give him his props, and one day, hopefully, it turns into something big.
Ruffalo makes a great Hulk, though.
But they finally landed on the best. He was the best.
I had to add that footnote to that. Stuff.
No, absolutely. And Endgame, I'm just going to cry. I'm going to cry all through Endgame, and I hope it's 8 hours. And I hope they give Kevin Feige a special Oscar for doing the unbelievable.
Amen to that.
All right. So that falls in your lap of something you love. With sci-fi, you dig on the Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy. It's just so great. They got James Gunn back. There's a lot of good stuff going on.
Absolutely.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you so much. That is, one more time, psalmofsight.com. And find out where it's playing next in case you have this continuing great festival run. It might be playing somewhere near you. If you dig sci-fi, check it out. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
We'll be back with a few more filmmakers in just a sec.